This is homework topic 4, the triangles homework, problem number 11. And what we want to do for this is to prove that angle TLR is congruent to angle LRS. And that was given that this is a right angle and that's a right angle. Now, it might seem weird to call angle TLR by that name because it really looks like angle TLP. But remember that L and P and R, they're collinear. So really we can think of TLR, we can view it like this. Here is T, here is L, and here is R. And so we're interested in that angle, and we can ignore the other parts of the diagram when we're considering what angle TLR is. And then the same thing for angle LRS, we can view it as this LRS. And so we're interested in that angle. So really what we're going to do is try to prove that this angle is congruent to that angle. And when we think about the way that the angle is described, we can ignore all other parts of the diagram and focus just on what is there. So that's the way to start off. And it's a good way to look at this problem and recognize that you're not constricted by just the parts that you might see. You might look at this and see that triangle and see that triangle, but the fact is you can ignore all the other parts while you're visualizing the description that they're giving you. That's what this problem is really good for, is to get you to recognize how to look at a problem. Well, the first thing that we see is that we have two lines that are intersecting right here, and therefore they form two vertical angles. So I'm going to describe this angle as angle LPT. So the vertex is here at P, and this angle as angle SPR. And I know that they are congruent because they are vertical angles. And since those two angles are congruent, then what we recognize is that we have this right triangle, LTP, and this right triangle, PS and R, and they have two angles. They each have an angle that is congruent by vertical angles. They each have angles that are congruent because they're right, which means that this angle has to be congruent to that angle. If I call this A, so that's angle A, and I'm just using that so I don't have to write out quite so much information. But I know that 180 degrees plus the 90-degree angle that's here, 180 degrees is equal to the 90-degree angle that's here, plus the angle A that's shared by both triangles, and then plus that third angle. Okay, and that third angle here is our angle TLP, which is really TLR. That's here, and then that third angle is here, which is well, it looks like PRS, but we know it's LRS. And so they both have the 90 degrees, they both have the angle A, and then and they have to add up with their third angle to be 180 degrees, which means that these two have to be congruent. Now on the key, I write it out in more strict, specific mathematical notation, but for this video, I wanted to just give an explanation without being quite so strict. So be sure to look at the key as well as this video.